Hello there YouTube, welcome to another PC build log where I look at a game and compare its minimum system requirements to the current market and tell you kind of where I would go with a build to try to match that. The game this time, Overwatch. Should be out May 24th this year, 2016. To look at the build here, we need to first determine what kind of parts we want to get. And for those, we always want to go with something with a good rating, a 4 out of a 5 or a 5 out of 5. So good rated parts, and they have to be reasonably well priced. They can't be overpriced or kind of out of the market right now. To begin, got to make a couple of notes. Here are the PC minimum requirements from a little while ago. I think it was October last year, and the newer one from Blizzard, which was updated today actually. You can see that they require components that are a bit out of date. Let's just look at the CPUs first. I went with the Core i3 4160 3.6 GHz dual core CPU because it doesn't specify what kind of Core i3 that we should pick, and it's also the cheapest brand new i3 on the market right now. On the AMD side, the AMD Phenom X3 8650 2.3 GHz triple core CPU, yada yada yada, is not on the market right now. So I therefore snagged the next tier up with the Athlon Athlon X4 860K Kavari quad core 3.7 GHz processor. The triple core CPUs are really difficult to come by brand new, and you're going to end up paying a crap ton more money than what you should be paying anyhow, and it's just going to underperform what you really want to get out of your CPU right now. The GPU situation is kind of strange. The GTX 460 is 6 years old. It's difficult to find a low-end card such as this on the market, closest being a GTX 470, but it doesn't really meet that minimum review rating that we're looking for from what I could find on the market. It just doesn't perform very well. Therefore, you got to substitute it out, and the common market thing that I would use right now would be like the GTX 750 Ti. It's a little more expensive than the 470, but it's the next best option that we got, and it meets those minimum requirements and then some. Next up, for the AMD side for the GPU, Blizzard recommends a card that's 8 years old now. So that's kind of shit. And I don't know how many people are going to have an 8-year-old GPU, strumming away in their CPU or their computer right now. So, setting aside that highly unusual thing coming from a company like this, I ended up going with the R7 360. It's going to outperform that 4850 by a large margin, and you're going to be able to probably meet the recommended settings and not just the minimum settings. And that goes the same with the NVIDIA side of the GPU. You're going to get the recommended instead of just meeting the minimum. PC Gamer indicates that the minimum system requirements is going to net you about a 30 FPS kind of build. Since my build is more up to date, you're going to likely get around 50 or so FPS with medium graphical settings, and I would assume you're going to be getting probably 1080p out of your build. I would say, yeah, 1080p. Going through and mixing and matching the GPU with either Intel or AMD as your CPU base, it won't really matter too much. You should have similar results. The bottleneck here is that 4 gigs of RAM. I don't think that's a good idea for a minimum requirement. It probably should be 6 or 8. Looking at the recommended requirements, that's probably what it should be for the minimum. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave it in the comments section, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm happy to BS with you or help you out in any way I can. Thanks for watching.